We are live. Hello. Hello, beautiful people on this Friday afternoon. It is 12:30 p.m. Well, most people probably are enjoying their lunch or about to go to lunch or just coming back from lunch or however you are listening to this live. I would like to say thank you and I appreciate your support. It's Friday. I feel beautiful. It's a beautiful afternoon in the Bronx, New York. I would like to say welcome one, welcome all. I yeah, I wanted to come live. I am live. I always say I wanted to come live, but I am live. I'm here. It's Freestyle Friday. I just had some lunch. I wanted to check in. I want to check in to see how everyone is doing, how their day is going to be spent. But I know that my audience, they work, um, they have jobs, they are busy. So if you are listening with me in your ear or along with your headphones or however you interpret this live, with whomever you interpret, I would like to say you are appreciated. Today's Friday, so I'm not going to stay long. I just wanted to throw a few topics up in the air to discuss. We could just have a afternoon delight discussion. It's been um it's been a cool week. I can say for myself, I have no well, I always complain. I'm not the type of woman or person to say, well, I don't complain, but I do. And I'm not the one to complain like, oh my goodness, the problem hasn't been rectified. It's just like, oh my goodness, what I'm gonna wear today? Oh my goodness, I gotta clean, stuff like that. Simple, natural stuff that I complain about. But I was looking online, because I'm on Facebook. Facebook is for the land of the living dead. I'm not going to even lie. It's kind of hard to at least try to grow your Facebook page. That takes a lot of work and determination. But sometimes I get a lot of my Miss Diva. Thank you, Miss Diva. How are you? She said I'm in her ear. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. Miss Diva is a free thinker, so I know that she, listen with open mind. Thank you. I have you. I see you on the tablet, and then I'm streaming from my cell phone. I don't know why. I tried every step to see why I can't see comments or pin comments, but hopefully the comments will pop up sooner than later. So yeah, I be on Facebook a lot. Not a lot, but I wake up, I check it out, see what's going on. I get my news from there. I have family and friends on there. So I just don't want to terminate my Facebook page because it's needed. Everyone needs to keep their Facebook page. And the thing is like, I'm not gonna lie, what is it, boycotting like most of the companies, the corporations that have dropped DEI. And Meta is one of those corporations that you have to like think twice about because you do have friends and family and we all don't share the same opinions and beliefs and worldview, which we all have a different beliefs and our own way, perspective, opinions mostly. But with Facebook, you can make money, and but that's a slow torturing process. It feel like for me, I didn't, how you say, deactivate my page. I was going to deactivate the account permanently due to Meta, Mark Zuckerberg supporting Donald Trump, and he's a billionaire, and that's just don't look right. Donald Trump has supplied the whole White House with billionaires. What's his name? Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. I dropped Amazon. I won't ever shop on Amazon ever again. And I wasn't an Amazon user, but then when I heard like don't shop on Amazon because they mistreat their workers, and I was like, oh, that's a way, that's a reason to protest and boycott Amazon. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, it looked like the company improved its policies towards their workers, and then I started shopping on Amazon, and then I realized like, okay, you don't shop on Amazon often. You shop on it when you need something, and that's how I was supporting Amazon. But then come the election, and Donald Trump stated, well, no, was it no his inauguration, I think, or whoever he had 5 billionaires there supporting him. I was like, no, it's a wrap for Jeff Bezos. And then I also heard that he was getting married. He denied it, that his wedding would cost around with in the millions. I'm not going to try to quote how much it was going to cost. Hi, Jim 66. How are you? Thank you, Jim 66. I'm so out of the loop with that. I didn't know FB did away with DEI too. Yes. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Miss Stevie. Yeah, they did. Like they said they was going to try to uh uh make policies that's for everyone. Like that's what Mark Zuckerberg said. And plus he went on Joe Rogan radio show, talk show, and he was just an absolute disappointment. I mean, I was never a fan of his, but I did participate, and I do still participate and take part in Facebook. But yeah, he supported Donald Trump, a billionaire, Mark Zuckerberg that he is. He represent himself like a right wing and I don't know, right wing ignorant billionaire. So, and I think he was trying to take some other things away, or he was just trying to make an impression on the right wingers on Joe Rogan's show that he's for whatever Donald Trump is for. So so I'm determined. I'm not determined, but I think at this point will keep Facebook alive because of my family and friends. I still talk shit on there. I do get a little followers. I don't have that many at all. But then with Jeff Bezos, I dropped Amazon in a heartbeat. I erased his app off my phone. And this is when I found out that he might be getting married in $1 million wedding. Someone lied. I don't know if it was a lie, but it was an exaggeration. Someone saying he's paying $600 million for a wedding. I was like, that don't sound right. That don't sound right that he's paying that much money. And even if he did, that's absolutely ridiculous and stupid and dumb and just absolutely crazy. That's the reason for me not to support his ass either, aside from the fact that he was supporting Donald Trump. I don't know anything about Elon Musk. I just know that he is what they would call a sick weirdo. And I don't even use that word. I don't like that word. And I don't like it because people use it quite often, or they underestimate the word. So I try to figure out how can I use the word in the right context. So he does appear to be a weirdo in his thinking, his actions, and his behavior. So Tesla, I don't know anything about. So yeah, so that's what I made. My decision is to drop the billionaires, not support them. Jeff Bezos, Elon. Well, I never supported Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. Those are the two. And then, okay, if y'all want to get technical, if you want to know how far I went, and maybe you, the beautiful, sweet listeners, I said sweet listeners, my beautiful, open-minded, critical thinking listeners. Target, I dropped Target also since they dropped DEI. McDonald's, I dropped McDonald's too since they dropped DEI. And I also come to find out, like I was looking at a list of things. Some corporations I'm familiar with, and some I'm not. Walmart, I I don't know, no, not Walmart. What is it? Is it Walmart? Is it Walmart? I don't know. That's a good question. But I think it's Walmart. I'm not sure, but a couple corporations I dropped to them not, due to them, excuse me, dropping DEI from their policies, especially McDonald's. And I'm not gonna lie, like me and Zachary didn't frequent McDonald's. That's because he don't like suggest it, and he's probably the only kid of mine that don't ask for McDonald's or have asked for McDonald's. But he have ate at McDonald's, and we have ate at McDonald's. So it's not like we walk past McDonald's and we're like, "Oh, McDonald's is the devil." No, we don't do shit like that. But I dropped it in protest of and boycotting for the simple fact that Target, McDonald's, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, all are against DEI. And that's where I'm at right now with I guess making some changes in my life. And that's another thing. Like the title was Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I'm about to approach 45 years old, and a lot of people say, well, you should tell people your age. Why not? It's a milestone. And I would like to go into the age of 45, the beautiful age of 45, with style and grace, however that may be. And the season has changed. It is spring. Happy spring to anyone that celebrates spring. Yesterday was an official start of spring. So happy spring. I love spring. Oh, Jam 66 said, I'm not a fan of Target or McDonald's. They are too high in price for me. They are. McDonald's got so expensive. Like you could go into the last time I went, and I don't go often, but when I do go, I enjoy it. I like to like, especially if you go to a McDonald's that food is fresh, it's good, and it tastes good. You can sit down and enjoy your meal and have a satisfied fast food burger. But they prices did go up, right? Because you could used to order off the dollar mill, and they used to have like specials, but they don't have anymore. But Target, I used to like Target until they pulled a fast one with the DEI, and I used to buy Zachary clothes from there. And then the only thing that's going to mess me up is because, like, around Christmas time, if anyone know me, I'm not like a major fan of celebrating Christmas. I celebrate it for the fun and joy, not for the religious aspects. I celebrate it probably because it's more of a cultural thing than more of a religious thing. I don't celebrate it in the way like, oh, I prep for Christmas. But Zachary, he don't have too many requests. So I used to take him to Target the day Christmas Eve, and let him pick out his gifts because I feel like become more happier. Well, he is more happier when he pick out his own gifts. He don't know the difference, but it's a nice sight to see. So that's the only thing I'm going to miss about Target is letting Zachary pick out his toys at Target because it's so close and it is convenient. But I will definitely find other stores that he can pick out toys at around the holidays. And also, I felt like with the protests, it just goes to show that you can commit to something and you can have growth from it and knowledge, understanding, a teaching moment, or at least values, I guess, that some people share or you share with others. Like, well, why should I support or organization or why should I support a corporation that is ran by billionaires and they don't support the poor people, right? DEI, like DEI, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to at least convince someone like, yeah, it matters. But whoever know about DEI know that Donald Trump is doing everything in his power to get rid of it because he don't like the way it look or sound, and he don't even know the full definition of it. Donald Trump supporters, I don't know what to tell you, that you just misinformed. And that's it. That's all I would have to say about the misinformed Donald Trump supporters. I would no longer call Donald Trump supporters the S word with the D with the at the end. That's not right, even though we think it, because there are words that we can replace it with. Like they're just misinformed. They're ignorant of the facts. Everything that Donald Trump lied to you about is now what you're going to suffer from. He just tried to dismantle the DOJ Department. Wait, no, Department of Education. Why? Like what? Like how do you lie down at night, wake up in the morning, and now you saying, "Well, I'm going to get rid of things that benefit people and could improve the quality of someone's life." No, sorry. So I don't even Mm-mm. So I wouldn't even associate myself with that type of rhetoric or that those type of values or those type of principles to be exact. And that's what led me here today. Is like, girls want to have fun. We getting older. We could becoming more and more confident in who we are and what we want to become or who we become for the simple fact that women have came so far and we still going to continue to go further. I was, oh gosh. I like telling my stories to my audience, that sit there and listen and can at least uh, see the different perspectives and uh, that I give or analyze what I say and break it and interpret how they want, but it's still open minded. People will judge regardless. And I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? Why is it that when women, I say woman, when she values her independence and her freedom, that's that she's looked down on for having standing on principle and having values. right? So with this live, I like to just talk off the top of my head about certain topics pertaining to men. And I know a lot of people, if you already know, you know how I really feel about men. Yes, I hate men. And I hate the men I hate, and I love the men I love. And if you didn't make the cut, oh wow. And that's another thing. Men, they and I see how men are and act towards their characteristics and behaviors towards women that enjoy and value their freedom and independence and can still be a confident woman and still be kind and soft and decent and have great human decency, right? Um, and that brings me to this point that is very important to me. I don't ever have a problem with women being who they are. No, because why would I have a problem with someone making their own choices and decisions? I guess my message is like overall message or what I'm trying to say to women about men is that you would definitely have to be on the other side to see what women like me may experience from men that think they are entitled to women just by them being men. I don't have a problem with being a woman being submissive. In certain ways, all women are submissive because we don't have a choice. We don't like if like put this idea in your head. If you are a 5 feet woman, a 5 foot woman, say let's say you weigh 145 pounds, and you talking to a guy that is maybe 6'1", 200 pounds, and you and the guy get into a little scuffle, a little argument, and you puffing up, he puffing up, who is going to win that fight? Right? No matter if the woman is single, independent, strong, masculine, or what odds is it that a woman is going to dominate or control that man? Right? So, of course, you're naturally going to submit because you're not going to fight no man that, or anybody for that matter, that you know you don't have a win with. That's like in terms of being submissive. But the women that I talk to, and I just sprout out random trivia about being submissive, a lot of women don't know and they're not aware of the repercussions or the expectations that men have of submissive women, right? You can still be an independent, which I do promote and I do value and encourage and support in any relationship. There is and there should be your independence, his independence, and you have shared values, shared interests, come together, do what you do. But for the person like me that value being free, uh, value being let's see, can make her own choices, right? Independence and freedom. I still run into assholes on a daily basis. Like I know guys that that rejected me. Okay, you rejected me. So what? It's not like I was looking for anything. And now that you rejected me, do you still think I'm going to linger around? Do you still think I'm going to hang around to see if you have anything to offer me? No. I'm playing, it's not even playing. Like I'm going to show you that what a woman that have her freedom and independence is capable of, and the way she think and the way she move. Like if you reject me or any other woman, if a man rejects a woman and the woman take it as is, like, okay, well, he's not interested, I'm not interested anymore, we move on. So you see me talking to another guy, why do you have a problem with that? Why would you have a problem with women moving on, but because you can't come up with a reasonable logical argument, the first thing you call her is a 304 or a whore. That just doesn't make any sense. Or like because you rejected a woman, because you reject women, and the woman still show you the same amount of respect and decency that she showed you when you were, playing around, flirting and everything. But now that she have an open mind and she see that this is not going anywhere or she don't want it, it's just having fun. Okay, that's the point. That's my point when I'm saying girls just want to have fun. When I meet guys, when women meet men, and I'm talking about the independent, free women, that when we meet guys and we get to know guys, I'm pretty sure that women don't have a problem with letting a guy know, listen, I'm exploring my options. I'm not interested in, you know, a relationship at this time. And I don't even say that because I don't feel I have to say that. But I do let them know so they won't get the wrong idea. And even if you give them the clarity, even if you give them clear and a concise statement and you lay it out on the line, they still misinterpret deliberately and intentionally uh misread your intentions, or they deliberately get the wrong impression of you, right? So is it like, okay, we as women, like I know a lot of submissive women, and I'm talking about in general, thinking that they fulfilling a need to a man, but the only thing that is left is you are something that he imagined in his brain, which is not going to ever come true, and something that's unrealistic. So by being a submissive woman, which I choose not to be ever. If I had the choice to be, I won't ever be, because that's nowhere I could like survive. I would not survive being a submissive woman. I would not be happy at all. So men create these ideas of women and unrealistic expectations, and when those unrealistic expectations fail because they have created this figment of their imagination of this woman don't exist, that's when they start turning into, you know, something scary. Whether a man have these figments of his imagination like frequently, or whether he don't, whether a woman is fully dressed or half dressed, that won't stop them from attempting to test if they're a man or not, right? When I say girls just want to have fun, we want to have fun and be safe. We want to have fun and be not harassed. We want to have fun and not be judged because you are too dumb to think for yourself. The summer is coming, the spring is coming. I go down, I go like I take it down in the spring and the summer. That's when the men are mostly out on the prowl looking for their next prey, because men are predators, right? So I take it down because I know that I don't like the feel of the summer. I don't like the heat of the summer. I don't like the atmosphere of the summer. I just don't like the summer at all. And that I mean, women gonna, and that's another thing, like women dressing how they want, wearing what they want, but we still have this stigma and this mentality that if a woman was to wear a short skirt with a halter top, and you have this man that's what, uh, hanging with his tongue out, like, thirsty over that woman. He think he's entitled to her because she wore a short skirt and a halter top. I have heard women speak like this too, like, well, what do you expect? She have on a short skirt. She have on a halter top. She's just asking for trouble. And you be like, what? A grown ass woman like you thinking like that? And you say you are intelligent? So if a woman, it doesn't matter what she wear, she could have on jeans and a shirt. And if a man is have it in his mind that he want her and he's going to get her. It's hard for us women to have fun nowadays because of the mentality that these men have and the mentality that they move with. A lot of these men are not okay, and I'll stress that to the point where I have witnessed this on my own account. Many men don't like to hear the truth, so they'll sit there and say, "Oh, you hurt," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And then you have to ask them a question, I'm like, "Oh, you hurt? Someone hurt you?" I'm like, "Yeah, a man." And then you be like, "Oh, well, why do men intentionally and deliberately hurt women?" Like some women, like could be hurt, like, "Oh, he hurt my feelings. Get over it." The next day, the next second, it's not even an afterthought. But there are some men who leave their mark on women that have been through a whole leap of things with a man that hurt them. But men who are the perpetrators, who say it the first, who's the first one to say it, a woman like myself, get up here, uh, uh, speak her mind, share her opinions and her views, and if it's not aligned with their imagination, they will let you know that you are a hurt woman instead of them trying to, like, because they can't uh, think logically. They don't know how to ask questions. They just automatically assume and make assumptions about women, because women like myself and million other women like myself who voice their opinion, stand up for women, empower women, support women, don't judge women, think women are beautiful, think women should do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. Right? They don't like women like myself who have a mind and can use it in a healthy way. So now what they do is they question, I mean, they assume the worst about you. You could wear a pair of leopard pants with some red nail polish. Hi, Dana Dane. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Thank you. You could wear leopard pants, leopard colors, leopard. Wait, let me see. I'm gonna get it right. You can wear leopard print pants, leopard print, articles of leopard clothing, and it could be one piece. You could have red nail polish, a blonde wig, sexy, and they think this is an invite to sex, or you giving off sexual vibes because women can't help if they sexy or not. Maybe it's just natural. It is natural for a woman to be sexy. Every woman don't have sex appeal, but every woman do have sex appeal. Every man is not attracted to every woman, but this doesn't give a man the impression that this should not give a man the idea that if a woman is dressed a certain way that she should be attacked or even attempted to be attacked. And when she is attacked, it's like, well, what was she wearing? Why would and women get on board too? They say the same dumb, stupid bullshit. Well, what was she wearing for her to be attacked? Well, she was wearing her jogging pants. That's what she was wearing. She was wearing some sweatpants. That's what she was wearing, and some sneakers. That's what she was wearing. What do you mean? What she was wearing? It doesn't matter what she was wearing. Are you so predicated on the fact that if a woman dress how she want to dress and dress provocative or sexual, that the man or whomever have every right to attack this woman because he doesn't think that a woman should be dressed like this? And then that's when I started going into research and doing research. And this is all speaking from knowledge, experience, and understanding and observation, right? Not particularly like I have, and I'll just stay out here. I have not been brutally attacked by any man, no. Because I definitely, if I did, I would definitely would let the whole world know. That means that that man's supposed to be in jail. Yeah, I wouldn't. Some women do because are scared to come forward because of the judgment and the shame that causes it. But I just like to know, let everyone know, no, I have never been brutally attacked. But if there is a woman that have been attacked, brutally attacked, and if you do need some type of assistance, go get the assistance and help that you need. Don't be afraid, and don't let that man get away with it. But of course, I have been attacked by men because they think that they are capable of doing it. Or a man will say some stupid shit like that's why they be like, well, you know what? I like my woman submissive, and you be like, what do you mean? Like, what's the appeal to that? Because as soon as that submissive woman like destroy your dreams of being a submissive woman, then you turn in on her, and then now you become abusive because you're the figment of your imagination, your thoughts and ideas and unrealistic expectations of the woman that you had in mind is not real, right? So submissive women, like I like that's by choice, but I don't sit there and be like, oh, submissive women are dumb. Like it could be a sign of you being not too informed on what you're about to get yourself into. Or you have men, and this is the setup, like they'll say stupid shit like, um, Yeah, I'm not attracted to masculine women, and I'll just be like, "Oh my goodness, what you mean masculine? What do you mean? You mean the same traits that you portray and project every day to other people harshly, and aggressively, um, intimidate, and you intimidate people with your masculinity, but you see it in a woman, because men and women are not that different, but aesthetically, you see the same traits in a woman, and now you say that you don't like masculine women. So, what are you saying? Are you saying that it's only attractive in men? Do you like it only in men? Do you think that the traits that you hate in me and you love in men, so are you attracted to men? And this is what I say to guys that try to, I guess, uh, how you say it, humble me, right? And I said, well, you don't like masculine women? That don't mean that because you see me as a masculine woman that that you have any right to like uh I'm not going to say attack or fight. I'll just say men use these excuses like, oh, no, she was masculine. I'm not talking about me particularly because I haven't had a guy tell me I'm masculine and then wanted to fight me. No, I have guys told me like, and this, I have guys have told me, yeah, you are masculine. I'm like, I am. Thank you. I know it probably is like not appealing to you, but I let men know I'm not submissive. So when they start talking that bullshit, that jibber jabber bullshit, I let them know I'm not submissive to give them some sort of indication and some sort of like sign so they won't stick around, so they don't have to stick around for no apparent reason. But when you let them know this, be like, no, I'm not submissive. I'm not like I don't overexert myself. I don't give in. I'm lazy. I don't just do things because you want me to do them. So I give them the opportunity to at least be turned off. And some guys they take the picture. I'm like, no, I'm not submissive, or I don't and I won't do none of that bullshit that you expected me to do. And they take it with a grain of salt. Some men stick around to see how far they're going to go, to see, oh, well, let me see if I knock this girl, broad, female down a couple notches, and maybe she won't be masculine anymore. But I don't go down without a fight. I'm not going to sit up there and fight no grown ass 6'2", 200-pound man at all. No. You will have a better chance of surviving if you didn't fight them than fighting them. And again, I'm just talking, well, I have been in scuffles with men, right? I don't. I'm not the type of woman to start like I have been, like when I was younger. A wild woman. I'm still a wild woman. Like I'll probably throw a cup of water on you, a cup of juice on you, or throw, or throw some juice at you, something like that. But to hit you, no, I'm not doing that. Or throw my wine on you or my liquor on you. Yeah, I have did that. Or I probably in my 20s probably have wanted to fight a guy because I thought at the time that was something that women couldn't do without and get away with it. I probably got away with once or twice. But I can't like I used to fight boys when I was younger, when I was like 12. I'm a grown ass woman now. I love me. So I'm not fighting no man at all. No fist fighting, no man. I don't like none of that shit. That's why I don't jump into relationships, because a lot of men are not romantic and they are hateful and they just don't give me the satisfaction that I need when it comes to men. So that's why I decide to explore my options, and every woman should explore their options if they're single and they're independent. This it reduces a lot of damage and it reduces a lot of confusion. Wait, what the hell? A lot of confusion. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what the hell. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. What happened to my Am I back? Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Listen, I'm trying to make the best of things. I'm trying to network with people, trying to get a computer, try to get a studio set up so I could at least come to my audience with decency. I see the live, but I don't see the people in here. So I will take it a little bit further. I'm just talking this Freestyle Friday. I'm just talking a lot of shit like I always do until I get it correct. I and I also have been doing a lot of research on just the signs of abuse, warning signs that we as women have ignored for too long. Women, we have ignored the signs of abuse for too long. And I'm the one who's willing to at least take that step to let women know some of the warning signs of a man that may be abusive. And he don't have to be physically abusive. It's not always physically being abusive, but the signs and warning signs of abuse. And I know I may take a little slack for saying this, but in my experience and my observation and just my knowledge alone, and I know that certain men to stay away from. And I know that a lot of my audience is mostly women and they believe in God, and I respect their faith because you are my audience, and most importantly, you are my supporters, the brave hearts, the bold, the beautiful, the cool, the confident, sexy, and intelligent. And that's what you are when you come in here. You're a brave heart. So at least I went and tried to drown my audience in the with the bullshit of religion or talking about religion or going against what they believe in their faith. No, I don't want to ever want to do that to my audience. I want my audience to receive my lives and me hosting this show with open mind and know that they are free to express their opinions and views in the way that you express your opinions and views and no judgment over here. So with that being said, and that's how I want this live to go, every live. Don't hesitate to share anything you may feel or push back, even if you may think it's disrespectful, share it. And I'll determine if it's disrespectful. So with that being said, it's like mostly when it comes to me dealing with or even trying to attempt to get to know a guy or someone that I may be interested in, I get to know him from uh, a long distance point of view because I don't like to jump into relationships at all. I don't even like being in relationships unless I know that the relationship is for me. And every relationship hasn't been for me. Like the only real relationship I will count as a real relationship is Zachary's father. That was a real relationship. We had a compatibility, but our compatibility wasn't complete. It wasn't a trio. It was enough for me to sustain and still be his best friend, and we be best friends afterwards. We were best friends, good friends. Then now we're not good friends, but we're friends. But we're okay. But usually when I meet a religious man, and I don't just come out and ask them. It depends on how they speak and how they talk and what they say and their views on just about anything. I don't approach it with an aggressive tone. I usually don't, and I won't ever date a religious man. I will say this: if I meet a guy and he tells me, "Oh, I believe in God," that's okay. If he believe in God, but the fact of the matter is that what's the chances of me meeting a guy that believe in God and he respected me and I say I don't believe in a God? So when I say I don't date religious men, because religious men, they go through different channels and they have all different tactics that they use against women. They want to read the Bible, they want to read scripture, they fear God, they a man of God, they not most of them say, well, I'm not Christian, it's just a way of life. Or they think that, they're a king, God, king, female child, right? It's an order. So men that call themselves kings, I believe that they think they are religious. They are religious because they are, and they fall under the commandment and under the order of God. So it's God king, right? So a man that's calling himself king think he's the closest to God. So I don't really deal with men that call themselves kings or think people are kings and queens because that's not my view. That's not what I think. Those are not my beliefs. And many men that disguise themselves as God-fearing men are the ones that will attack you and think they could get away with it because in the eyes of God. You're right. You are forgiven for your sins. But in the criminal law, it might take a little bit more time and convincing and evidence and proof to say that, oh, I was attacked. You have men that openly say, well, I'm a good man. And I know what that good man comes with. It's a fraud. Not all, and I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about the good men that proclaim themselves to be good men because they have a natural order that they think they're supposed to follow. Like, know, women are beneath them. Um, as long as I protect and provide for you, then I am a good man. I don't have to put any effort in, but as long as you feel protected and provided for, that's all I have to do. I don't like men like that. And that's where the submissive woman come in, a good woman being submissive. Well, a good woman is supposed to be submissive in the eyes of God, and a good man is supposed to be protector and provider in the eyes of God. So that's why when I don't really get into like, and I have gone against the grain and not getting into a relationship, but just talking, mingling, mixing, getting to know men and their views. Because it always turns out to be when a man says, no, I'm not religious. I'm not a Christian, but they read the Christian Bible, they pray, they honor, they worship, praise, okay? Or their beliefs are so overwhelmingly religious that you be like, oh no, you know, I'm a woman. I'm going to dress how I want to dress. If I want to wear makeup every single day, lipstick to go to the store, I want to do that. If I want to wear heels to go to the store, I'm going to do that. I don't want no restrictions on me. And religion is restrictive. And another thing is where I avoid religious men for the simple fact that religious men will be the ones to at least try to turn the tide, the wave tide around and say, well, listen, I'm celibate. And then me, I'm not religious. I'm not celibate. I won't ever proclaim to be celibate. And this is a way, like, I would divorce my husband if he just woke up one day and said, oh, I'm celibate. I don't think we should have sex anymore. That would be definitely, excuse me, grounds for divorce for me in my eyes, in my opinion. Or a man that trying to restrict you and tell you that you need to repress your natural feelings, like, oh, it's so wrong that you're so lustful, it's so wrong that you're so seductive, it's so wrong that you just so open and direct. And it could be just me being polite and kind. In their eyes, like, polite and kindness is lust. Polite and kindness is seduction. It's not considered like warmth or radiance or something you make someone feel good or make someone feel special. Or you have men that jump to conclusions to the far right. Oh, well, because a woman like myself that do know how to make, and other women, and I'm not just saying me, there are women like myself, millions of other women that have the skills and the right tools to make any other human being feel good, feel special, and feel wanted. It has nothing to do with me trying to be in a relationship with you. I've had guys say this to me. Like, you act like we in a relationship. I said, when did I even give you that impression or imply or indicate that I want to be in a relationship with you? You don't know how to have fun as a friend. You don't know how to have fun with a girl. So in order for you to have fun with a girl, she has to be your girlfriend. You just can't have fun with a woman, right? Because if you're not the type of guy to at least spend money on a woman, you're definitely never going to have real fun with a woman unless you do a lot of deceit and deception. You are full of deceit and deception, and you have to wiggle your way like a slimy snake into her heart and deceive her and thinking and have her thinking that you are the one. And this is why I play it from the long game. The slower we get to know each other, the better it is. And that's how I determine and know if I want to pursue someone or chase someone or not. Because in those small interactions, those small human interactions with other people, because humans are socially inclined anyway. We are a social species. We're supposed to socially connect with other human beings, and I take every advantage of that as often as I can. And I don't mistreat men. Like, of course, if they show like disdain or they despise a woman or have lack of respect for a woman, those are the ones that I probably go back and forth with, but not for too long. Those are the ones that I'm not. never, I mean, excuse me, I'm not attracted to anymore. Like, then attraction is there, but then when you get to know them and they get to show you their characteristics and their poor behavior, which characteristics remain the same, but behavior is a little bit more difficult to change. And I let a lot of things slide. Like, okay, well, maybe he just don't know how to use the term female. But when he use it in the sentence, in the way he use it, in the term he use it, in the context he use it, and yeah, I judge him. Right. So I give people chances. Don't think I'm so hard on men. I'm not. Like, I'm myself. And a lot of people, not just men, women too, think I'm phony. And I could see how they think I'm phony, right? Because I at least try to be a decent person in the public eye, and treat people with respect, and treat people with the kindness that they would want to be treated with. But some people don't treat people with kindness because they don't have no empathy. And so it may be hard for them to realize and recognize someone that's being decent. And that's okay. I want people, especially men, to think I'm phony. That gives them every reason not to get to know me. Um, I'll say it like this: I am the type of woman that like to have fun. I don't know what some people definition of fun is, but when it comes down to it, when it boils down to it, and get to the uh, thick of things, people have this impression that, you know, oh, she want to have fun, so that means something sexual must ensue. No, that's not how that goes. That's not how that work. Especially when, you know, you want to have fun, just want to be free. So the past year, no, not last year, 2024, it wasn't a roller coaster ride because I'm not looking for anything, but it was like more of realizations when it comes to making the choices and the decisions to stay out of a relationship, making social connections, exploring my options, having male friends, having female friends, getting to know people, and at least trying to consider the possibilities in the near future that something may blossom or cultivate from just me getting to know people. So I haven't like um I don't know. I haven't like cast it out that I don't want a relationship. I just don't, not right now. I don't. Men are not okay. They're not. They are very scary in this day and age, and especially in this Trump era. And I don't think us girls will be able to have fun with men that still suffer in silence, going to suffer in silence, don't want to take the accountability or responsibility for themselves of even making a step to improve the quality of their lives. First, they have to improve the quality of their thinking. And if they were to at least make an attempt to improve the quality and develop a healthier growth mindset, then maybe there's hope for us, uh, uh, independent, free women. It is hope for us. But right now, looking at hope, it seems kind of dead. So I'm gonna have fun. I want every woman that is single and independent and make her own choices and have the freedom to make her own choices and decisions to have fun. Men would lie and deceive you. Women lie and deceive too, but not as like in the numbers as men. And will report every time I have an interaction or run in with a guy that it seems like, and it could be fun. And listen, I have a lot of friends, male friends, like I do. I guess I have admirers, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I just do because that's just the way. That's just in my nature to be cool with everyone. We'll say it for that sake. Girls will have fun, and men should not have a problem with girls having fun, right? So if we not walking with a leash, and I say this and I stress this because I feel like when men sit there and talk about single woman like it's a disease, or like being single is an abomination, because these are their terms. And so when they start talking like this, I know that, oh, he has some religious beliefs that I'm not aligned with, that I would not honor his values. The best type of man for me, I guess everyone want to know is like Bronx girl. What type of man do you like? You already know he got to be the Jolly Green Giant. He has to stand out, but he also has to have the same values, and we stand on the same principles together. We at least have common interests with one another, and definitely compatible in three ways. And a man that value his freedom and his independence, and he enjoys me valuing my freedom and my independence. That's what strengthened our bond, is our freedom and independence, that we don't have to solely rely on one another all the time. We know that we can make it on our own, but if we need each other, we are there for one another. That's the type of relationship I like. I like romantic men. And I'm not talking about flowers all over the place, and I'm not talking about like, oh, you got to bribe me candy and all that stuff and pull out my chair and everything. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like passion. I'm talking about like deep conversations. I'm talking about like stimulating the mind, or just you being thoughtful and considerate of another human being, and knowing that a woman is not your property and you don't look at her as a property and you don't object to her views. And if a woman challenges your authority or your arguments, then you will be definitely okay with that. You won't feel inferior to a woman that has a healthy mind, that uses her brain, that can analyze things from a different point of view, situation, have scenario. No, that's the type of guy. And if there's a man out there like that that fit the description, I am willing to give him a chance. No one is perfect, but there are certain qualities, set of qualities that we as people need to at least have um inhibited in us. And it's hard to find. And even when I say like, okay, I could judge men so quickly just by off certain things that they say and do, I still give them a little bit. I extend the chances, not chances, but I extend my judgments. Like I had to run it, and I'll end it like this on a Friday because we have 51 minutes. I don't even know who's in here. I'm telling you the truth. The tablet shut off. But if you are in here, thank you so much. I appreciate you for listening, and just stay with me for a little while. I'll bring it to an end. Last year, you know, I mean, we meet guys, obviously, and when I say obviously, it's like, okay, she's not married, she's not in a relationship. She says she's not in a relationship, but there is a chance that I could have been in a relationship and that you would never know. But I would never take my audience, my supporters, most importantly, for granted. I would definitely let you know, like, yeah, I am seeing someone. I have been seeing someone, and I don't even consider the possibility of seeing someone on a serious note, because I don't take men too seriously, too soon, too quick. That's where the problem, when you run into a problem, when you take them too seriously, too quick, and take them off their word. It was a guy that we was entertaining each other. I mean, when I say entertain, I don't know why these freaking buzzwords just pop up in my head. I hate that I look on the internet and social media that these buzzwords like entertain. That shit, like, no, not entertaining, because we're not clowns in that aspect where a man and a woman getting to know each other, interacting with each other, engaging with one another. And I just knew that he wasn't someone that I would probably even try to get to know further or want to be a part of his life in the future. And I told him these things. I said, listen, I don't want to be married. He never gave me an answer. I said, I don't want to be in a relationship. He never gave me an answer. He just let it flow. But the reason why I knew that we would not, because he was just so quick to make assumptions about me, and he'll make assumptions before he question. Like before he question anything he want to know, he'll make a broad assumption about me instead of being like a real person and asking questions to get clarity, or he would draw conclusions quickly. And that's not somebody that I want to be with. And on top of that, his hostility and his macho man anger um, turned me off. I'm not saying a man has to be a flower, or I'm not saying a man has to be soft as a baby's butt. No, I'm not saying none of that shit. But what I'm saying is, like, if you are hostile and you are angry And I don't know, yeah, and he had anger that resided inside of him because shared some things with me, and I'm like, oh, this is a sign, not for uh just for my benefit alone, the things that he shared, and it didn't have to be a lot of things. It's just probably one warning sign that indicated that this is a red flag, so to speak. And it turns out like I was right about him, but along the way, I keep it honest and open. Along the way, every time he made a misstep, I was like, "Oh my goodness, you mad deceitful." But he received it as me telling him he was deceitful. He'd be like, "Why you say that?" I was like, "Oh, the deception is real." And he was like, "What you mean?" Or I'd be like, "You are so hostile. What the hell is wrong with you? What?" Like I'm laughing because it's not funny because it's true. So every step, every misstep that he made, every I'm not going to say mistake. I said misstep. When he revealed who he was, I was sure to let him know at the time that he did it. Not all the time, right? When it was called for, when he was being probably deceitful, or he a liar, or he's being hostile, or he's being angry, or he's being aggressive for no apparent reason, or he just questioning. I mean, he's assuming things before questioning. So, and little bits and pieces, not like raw, like on his neck, like not like raw, like I'm going to like make sure you see the error of your ways. No, we had a pretty decent conversation along the way, right? I seen his little red flags, his warning signs, and at the end, when push came to shove and we came to a conclusion and we came to an end, to a final decision that no, you go your way, I go my way, and we're not even a couple, we were just friends, we was just cool. Like, I told you what you were doing before we got to this point, but I think you ignore that and you thought it was okay for you to do that, or you didn't just have any awareness, or you wasn't aware, or you denied. And he denied a lot of stuff, like when we used to talk. And I'm like, why are you always denying something? Usually when people deny things, like they deny, like he was denying them, they don't want to be caught in a lie. So at the end, in conclusion, without me and him just going our separate ways, I had to let him know. I said, everything I told you about everything I told you about yourself, you revealed it. So nothing I said to you was a lie. Nothing I said to you was emotional. Nothing I said to you was like me being having crazy thoughts. These are actual facts that you proved. And that's how you keep someone like that at bay. To let them know, I'm not scared of you. The only way you will win is by, I guess, a takedown physically when it comes to a man and a woman. But like an argument, no, I don't. And this is a man I told I'm not submissive. I'm like, I'm not submissive. He's like, I don't like submissive women. So why are you trying to treat me like you want submissive women? A woman, submissive woman. And I hadn't seen him in 3 months. I've seen him today. And I mean, I'm glad that I was looking nice, because that's how he met me, looking nice. But I seen him today and he was like, I guess staring at me. He was staring at me. I don't know. And his stare seemed like, oh, I'm still attracted to her. But no, I would not speak to you. Don't speak to me. You go your way, I go my way. It's all good. And that's what we did. It was an adult part of the ways. And that's how it should be. And that's when I say I can tell many like stories about my run-ins, my interactions, just my overall thinking about men. And I would not deceive any of my audience or lie to any of my audience about anything. Oh, well, not in that manner. Like, I'm not just going to make shit up. This is a storytelling page. And sometimes it may be a little bit of advice for the women also. But I would like to just say to my beautiful audience, that's it, because I can't see you. It's 58 minutes and 8 seconds. So I'm going to end my live, and I would like to just say thank you to the beautiful people that tuned in on this Friday and just gave me a moment of your time. If you were here for 58 minutes, it's okay. I'm still going to proceed and go on and talk my shit. But as long as I get my point across, and I would like to just say to the beautiful people that stayed so long, thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. Have a great day.